Welcome, everyone, to Friday's Inspiration. We are back again, TGIF. We have a really great broadcast for you today. I'm very excited about it. I hope the signal is good. It's been very rainy here. So, today we're talking about how you can shift your relationship with money today. So, we're going to be talking about that relationship, and we're going to be creating a space. We call it a we space, so that we can work on your relationship with money. And you'll see how it works. It's actually very fascinating. And welcome everyone today. We've got such a great international audience, and I'll be headed to France shortly. I won't be headed south of France. I'll be headed to Paris, but so I won't be able to see you. But anyway, um, I know it's a little spotty, but just be patient. So I have to tell you how today's video was inspired. It was inspired for two reasons. So one, I have this one video that is all about cutting cords and here and why we should never cut cords. This video has over 96,000 views, so it's a very popular video. And people are always asking questions and along the lines of, I keep cutting this cord, but the person keeps coming back, and I don't know what to do. And so it made me realize that there's more going on than just cutting cords. There's a relationship here where people often have unresolved past lives, and so as a result, you can clear your we space within a relationship with the same process that we're going to be doing today. So if you're interested in a new relationship space, you can always go back and listen to this again and apply it to your we space with a relationship with someone else. The other reason that this was inspired is we've just finished our first week today with our activating our abundance codes, our daily practice of running your energy. So we do that here every Friday, but in this 18-day program, we do this every single day for 20 minutes. So it really compounds. It's very, very powerful. And so this today is actually a part of our program, and so you get a taste of what we're experiencing on a much bigger level and bigger scale, because there's so much more and so many more things that we're doing to elevate our money vibration. However, today it is important that you create a better relationship with your money. How many of you are still having a crappy relationship with your money? Like, it runs away when you least expect it, and it's not there when you need it the most, and uh, it's just not dependable. It betrays you, and so you have this adversarial relationship with your money. So today we're going to help you change that. Do Yes, we have some yeses. We're going to help you change that today by creating this we space avatar that represents your relationship with money. So, who else is out here struggling with their relationship with money? It seems like no matter what you do, it's just not working. It's you just keep bumping it up against this glass ceiling, and it's just hard to get ahead. And so here's Selma. I absolutely do. Still didn't figure out what I need to release to let go out that pattern. Let that pattern go. Yes, yes. It is a stubborn pattern, right? And so there's lots of areas that it's pretty amazing that this avatar is going to help you clear a lot of areas, because money is it's almost like a living being, entity, person, and we can have a relationship with this being. And it's a relationship that's not going away anytime soon. Yes, they're trying to eliminate cash and make a cashless society, but either way, we still have digital currency that we still have to deal with. So this is a relationship we have whether we like it or not. And so it's better to figure out this relationship now and learn how to navigate this in a much simpler way. And so this process is actually very simple. And so we're going to do two things today. First, we're going to run our energy because that's important to have a good, clear, clean baseline. And then when we clear our we space avatar, you're going to see we're going to go through the same process, but we're going to find all new stuff because it's relating to something more specific and different. So, does anybody have any questions or comments about what we're doing here today? Let's see who we have in the house. We got a lot of people here today. We have London, as always, and we have France. Great. We have Denmark. Jerry's in California, and who else? We have Arkansas. Where else are some of you from? Someone's from New York. We have another New Yorker. Great. Everybody needs help. Great. Good. And Italy. Great. I'm also going to Italy. We're going to be going to Rome. We're doing a very powerful spiritual mission. I won't say more. It's big. Okay, so Turkey. Oh, awesome. Yes, I am feeling well, Jerry. Thanks for asking. And great. So you're all here because you need help, obviously. And so this relationship with your money is about to shift and change. So you're going to have to start, well, we're going to see what shows up, but you're going to have to start doing some different things in how you relate with money. So, one reason it's hard to have a good relationship with money is we're holding a lot of resentment, a lot of anger, a lot of disappointment. So, we're going to let go of that so we can start clean and clear. We're going to have a new clearing a new relationship with our money. So, is how is this broadcast? It might be a little sketchy with all the rain, but hopefully it's still good. And okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started with running our energy first. So we clear our field first. So this practice that we're doing, running your energy, it's outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, available on Amazon. It's got illustrations. And so it's a lot easier if you have the book to follow along with what we're doing. Yes, it is a little outdated. I need to already write another book or an updated version. There's a lot of new processes that are not included in the book. So that's why it's really important to show up here every week. You get the most up to date version of running your energy. All right, great. So let's get started with connections. Good, great. With putting down that grounding cord from the base of our spine all the way to the center of the planet. So we have a place to release all the garbage. Okay, great job. And then we're going to send those roots down from the bottoms of our feet. They're going to wrap around the entire planet. We're getting ultra grounded. And so send those roots down as far as maybe a redwood tree. And then we're going to use those roots like straws. We're going to start sucking up the energy of abundance, the energy of the feminine. And we're going to bring that abundant energy up through our legs, the energy of abundance. We are made of the same stuff that of the earth and the trees and the birds. So let's connect with that energy, and we're going to bring that energy up through our legs and down our grounding. Okay, great. And then let's see if there's a worry circle. Ideally, there's not one, but today it's out to the third layer. And so there's some Draco energy here. That's the darkest energy on the planet. Let's use a black flame right at our root chakra so that we can eliminate this. Of you who've been following along will notice that there is no longer, since this trip to Egypt, since I've come back, very few or very little of any fear entities, control beings, discarnate beings, because we've all elevated up to a much higher frequency where that stuff doesn't live. So every once in a while, there still creeps in, but we still have this Draco energy. So hopefully that will be gone after her trip to the Vatican. All right, so okay, the fourth part to getting ultra grounded is we want to ground our hearts. So the heart starts to get grounded, but then it stops. We're going to go to the sixth chakra, so right behind your forehead, where there's some beliefs, out to the third layer. So these are beliefs around feeling powerless, like there's nothing you can do about what's going on around you. You just have to go along with the program. So that's a big fat lie. We're going to use a black flame for the Draco energy and their beliefs. So this is all part of their mind control that they use. You don't need to know the details of how they do it. They just do. They've experts at this. They've had a good uh, long time, millions of years. AI has been around. So anyway, whew, if you'd like to know more about the galactic history of our Earth, get Ishmael Perez's book, Our Cosmic Origins, and you can know all about our real history way far back, and it's actually very fascinating. Excuse me. Okay, good. So we are pulling in that worry circle. Let's see if we can get grounded now with our hearts. Not quite. We're going to go down to the root chakra, out to the third layer. There's some more Draco energy here, so we're going to use a black flame in the root. They don't want us to have a grounded heart. They know how powerful the heart is, the seat of our infinite intelligence. It's where we self generate love. Okay, so we're just pulling in all of that energy at the root, transmuting this Draco energy with a black flame. And so, helpfully, excuse me, the Draco energy is the darkest energy on the planet. It is really the overriding umbrella of all of the dark agendas that are happening. So, as we are clearing this root so that we can ground our hearts, there we go. Now the heart is grounded. So, that was interesting that we didn't go to the heart to clear the energy that's blocking the heart from getting grounded. And then the final piece to getting ultra grounded is, excuse me, we're going to, for the women, we're going to ground our ovaries. So you can draw a line from both ovaries like a big Y and let that merge with your grounding cord so it has a place to release to. We absorb a lot in our ovaries. And then the men on the call will ground their prostate and their testicles into the grounding cord. You would think that it's all very close in proximity, that it would just automatically get grounded, but that's not the case. So men really want to re-own their masculine energy. And this is a good way to do that. Okay, great. So now we're going to start bringing pure source energy down through our creative ring. So we're going to connect way up high to pure source. We're going to start bringing that energy down through the rings. So it comes down about maybe a quarter of the way, and then the energy stops. It's being blocked by some Draco energy. Let's use a black flame right in our rings, about 3/4 of the way up. Just imagine you know where that is. As a spirit, we already know how to do everything I'm telling you. I'm helping you remember. And so when we come here every week, this is not you coming here to get your energy cleared, ideally. Ideally, you come here every week to learn how to practice this and get better at this process so that you can do it on your own in between when you're not here. And and if you're still struggling, I suggest joining us for an upcoming 18 days. We do it every other month. So, as we're bringing this pure source down through the creative rings into the crown, it's stopping right at the crown, out to that third layer where there's more Draco energy. So, we're going to use a black flame, kind of like a halo around our crown chakra. So, we're recalibrating our permission circle. Our crown is where we get our personal permission, where we have our sovereignty. Then you can be the boss of you. Okay, great. So let's see if we can bring pure source down through the crown now and the sixth chakra. So it's coming down through the central core, into the throat, into the heart, where it's stopping. So we're going to let pure source circulate in here for a moment, and it's going to start clearing out all of your judgments. And you're just going to drop it down your grounding cord where it can be transmuted into a more useful energy. So we're clearing out all the judgments, all the coulda, woulda, shouldas, all the ways you're beating yourself up. Should be doing more, should be doing something different. I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing it right. All that chatter, which is not yours. And it's not in present time either. So let's just drop all that down the grounding. Love that, Lynn. Okay, yes. So as we're bringing pure source down through the heart, the solar plexus, it's stopping right at that solar plexus. So let's let it stir in your solar plexus. And it's going to clear all of that effort, that pushing, that stuck energy you have, where it feels like you really have to force things to make it happen, like nothing's flowing. That's your engine is congested. So let's use a black flame in here. And we're going to transmute this Draco energy that loves it when you're stuck, loves it when you're frustrated and angry and afraid. So we don't want to be feeding the beast. There we go. So now as pure source is coming down through the solar plexus, there's still some blockages there. Okay, so there's some cords here. There's some people cording to you. So again, we never cut cords. You can either gently pull them out, send it to who it belongs to, or you can use, let's see, today we're going to use a black flame. So these are more dense, heavier energies of people that are trying to influence what you do. They're trying to stop you. Maybe you're progressing too fast. You're evolving too fast. They want you to slow down. So we're just going to use a black flame, and that's going to transmute these attachments because we want to get the roots. If you cut things, it leaves roots behind, and they just come back. There we go. Okay, good. Here's a question about whether or not we're going to create another meditation on the black flame and the Draco energy. I have done a recent one on the black flame, so go back and look at that. I've not done one on Draco. It's maybe that's a future one. Although the next one I want to do is on the dragon, so we'll see which one wins for next week. Maybe it can all be included. All right. So we are bringing pure source down through the solar plexus and a second chakra, spilling down the root. Take a deep breath. Really anchor this powerful alignment where you're connected way up high to pure source, rooted deeply into our Mother Earth. Really anchor that. Okay, great. Now we're going to bring this 50-50 mixture up the front through the second, third, fourth, throat, sixth chakra, crown, through all of your rings. Let it cascade down now through all the layers of your aura like a big fountain. Great. It's congested in the 50th layer. So that's great. You guys are keeping your aura nice and clear all the way out to this 50th layer where the watchers hang out. So this is another darker energy. We're going to use a rainbow flame in this 50th layer. And you can also just lift that energy up as we send that above our crown and off planet. And then we're going to do the 100th layer. You can use a black flame here. This is where the Draco energy hangs out. So they've been hanging out way far at the very outskirts of our aura, thinking we would never notice them out there. But that's not the case. We're becoming more aware, more conscious, more we can feel and sense what's going on in these outer layers now. And so game over. Okay, so let's lift that Draco energy out of the 100th layer. That's just before we break through to infinity. Yes, we are infinite beings and beginning to experience this idea of oneness. It's not just a concept. Okay, so the aura is now clear. So next, there's two ways now of, or two parts. I'll say two parts because we want to have the first one clear first before we go to the second part. So, and this is just the evolution of this infinity system that keeps growing, morphing, and evolving. So first, we're going to go to the heart. We're going to clear the circle of reciprocity. So we're going to start generating that self-generated love right in our heart chakra, expanding, growing, more light, more warmth, more radiance. And we're going to bring that love out your right arm. So it comes out the right arm as you give out into the world, give to others. We give before we receive. That's how the circle of reciprocity works. And so as we're bringing that energy out that right arm, we're going to put our fingertips together, and then we're going to allow ourselves to receive. So it's blocked right at the wrist. And this is why this has come in two parts, because many of you still are struggling to receive. And so you're in charge, actually, of receiving. And as long as this left arm is open. So it requires you to surrender and to allow, like no more controlling everything. That's not allowing. So it requires some vulnerability. And so if you're still struggling with this stuck energy here, you're still clearing those energies that relate to allowing and surrender. So it's just, you still have some work to do. That's okay. We're doing it here. There we go. So now it's going through the heart and the throat and the sixth chakra and the crown, and then through all of your rings where your Akashic records are, and you will have more access to all the information you need. And so once this is clear and flowing, then Spirit has guided us to do this next part, which is an instant upgrade in our abundance. So we're going to go back to the heart. And now we're going to bring that energy out both arms. And you're going to send this love, this self-generated love, to someone who needs some help, some support, could be a friend, it could be a relative, it could be someone you're struggling in a relationship with, it could be a whole country. I don't know. You send it where you'd like. And so just think if everybody did this, we self-generate the love, we're sending it out there, it's going to change the whole frequency on the planet. Okay, great. And then we have to remember to allow ourselves to fill back up. So allow that energy to come into both hands, both arms, filling yourself up. It's like a big hug. You don't hug with just one arm, we hug with both arms. We fill up. So allow that energy to come back to us, filling, circulating through our hearts, and then fountaining out through our toroidal field. So our toroidal field is our tube torus. You can always Google it if you want to see a picture of it. If you cut an apple in half, that's like the energy of the tube torus. It's a circle like a big donut. All right. So that is running our energy. So now we're clear. Let's just double check for any more chords. There's about 5. So we're going to go to the 6th chakra. We're going to use a black flame. These are some darker energies that are probably making you feel like you're not doing it right, not doing it enough, or whatever. Use a black flame in that 6th chakra. And when people are corded here, it creates confusion because it's probably not aligned with your beliefs. Maybe they're still trying to get you to see things their way. So this black flame will just help transmute that. We're also going to go to the heart, and we're going to use a black flame to transmute the cords that are attached to your heart, trying to make you feel bad, guilty. They pull on that cord to get you to do things through guilt. Okay, so just transmute that. Okay, cords 0. All right. All right, so now we are going to create an avatar that represents our relationship with money. So this is going to be our relationship space. Now, if you're someone whose money is great, you're not struggling with money, then you can use this, or you can do both. You can maybe at a different time. Let's focus on one at a time. But if you'd like this to be for a relationship with a person, the same process can apply. But today we're doing it for your relationship with money, and that's all the energies that are going to be popping up that we're going to be looking at. So you imagine a person standing out in front of you to represent your we space with money. I like to use the image of an anatomy person. It's neutral. So first of all, we're going to put a grounding cord on this avatar. So right now, it's like 6 inches long and it stops. So no wonder you're struggling with money, right? Okay, so use your free imagination. Send that grounding cord all the way to the center of the planet. Use your intentions, your imagination. That's how all of this works. And you make it big and fat. You probably have a lot of crap in this relationship space that you want to let go of. So we're going to make it nice, and you can drop a cantaloupe down this grounding cord, okay? And it's connected securely to the center of the earth. And next, the roots of the feet of your we space avatar for money are going deep into the earth. And we're going to start using these roots to suck up the energy of abundance in your we space with money. So as it's coming up through the calves, it's kind of stopping there. So this is a lot of unused adrenaline where you're always in that fight or flight or survival with money. And so we're just using this earth energy to clear that energy through the calves and the knees. Knees are all about changing directions, our egos. And then through the thigh, which is a power center. Okay, good. And then when it gets to the top of our legs, the legs of this avatar, it's going to go down the grounding cord. So you have 2 loops of energy. So we're doing the same process. This is just a good practice and reminders of how it works. Let's check the worry circle. It's out to the second layer where there's a lot of fear, like fear there's not going to be enough, and you're not going to be able to work hard enough, and it's all going to go away if you get a lot, and all of those kinds of fears. Let's pull this circle in as we dump it all down the grounding cord, and we're also going to use a black flame. We're going to use a black flame to transmute this Draco energy that loves it when you're struggling with money because it feeds them the worry, the anger, all of that they love. You're just giving them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, there we go. Now we can start breathing. Okay, so now there's no worry circle. Okay. Next, we're going to ground the heart of your relationship space, this we space with money. So right now, the heart is only 15% open. That means that you kind of are not in love with money right now. You're not in love with money. Let's open the heart so you can start having a more friendly, loving relationship with this entity. So we're going to go to the sixth chakra, out to that third layer. And we're going to pull in these beliefs. Use a black flame. This is Draco energy. It's not even your beliefs. It's how they want you to think that you're kind of stuck and there's nothing you could do, and the economy is this or that, and we're in a recession, or, all of the programming. You believe everything that you're programmed with. If you stopped watching the news and stopped really diving in too much about what's going on in there, just give a little periphery of what's going on, just so like okay. But don't buy into all this bullshit. It's just programs. So we're letting go of all of these beliefs that you're powerless in this relationship. And that's the big fat lie. It's a big fat lie. We're changing that today. Hmm. So here's someone who says, I feel a lot of movement, especially around my lower abdomen area. Yes, a lot of anxiety and worry and fear and anger. Just let that all go down your grounding cord. You've been giving them a lot of food. Okay. Well, let's start starving them. So I love the energy of amusement as well. You got to laugh at all this crap. Okay, great. So, where are we? We are grounding the heart still. First, we're trying to open the heart in this relationship space. Okay, let's see where the heart is now. Okay, great. 100% open, but it's not grounded. So that's the next step. We're going to go down to the root chakra of your we space avatar with money. We're going to go out to the third layer. Use a black flame, more Draco energy, because they want you to feel unstable in this relationship. Okay, great. Yeah, just drop all that fear. Can you feel like how much anxiety there is around money? It's like, ugh. Okay. I'm just going to start having a more fun relationship with this person. Okay. This entity, this being. Okay. Let's see if the heart is grounded. No, it's starting. It's starting. We're going to go back down to the root. There's still some energy at the root chakra. Second layer, where there's a lot of fear. Like, it's just such a anxiety producing relationship, and you can't get away from it. It's like the relationship that would never leave, and you're stuck with it. And it's okay. So let's just drop all of this fear. Use a black flame, more black flames. I think we're going to be using a lot of black flames today. We're just clearing all of this Draco energy so that you can feel more stable in this relationship. Money is changing, and it's going to change in the direction that you decide to change. Okay, so money's just a reflection of you. Okay, there we go. Let's see if the heart is there. Now the heart is grounded. Okay. So maybe now you're starting to ease up and feel like a little more relaxed. Like maybe there's hope here for my relationship with money. Okay, good. So now you're grounded, ultra grounded. And actually, we're going to ground the ovaries of this avatar. They seem to be congested. So you've been trying to heal this relationship and absorb a lot of masculine energy for you women. And then the men are going to ground the prostate and testicles of this avatar. Actually, it's the first time we've done that, but it looks like it needs it. So uh, we really want the masculine and feminine energies to be restored back to money, which is not about gender. It's about the energy of doing, that masculine doing, getting stuff done energy, and then the feminine energy of being the magnet, attracting things to you easily and effortlessly. Okay, there we go. So now the heart is grounded, not quite, almost. It comes down to the root and then it just gets scared again. Some of you have lost your grounding cord on your avatar. Put it back down so you can let all the fear go. Because that's what happens with fear. Like fear is doing its job, right? It contracts you. It makes you afraid. And when you contract, you pull up your grounding cord and then everything is all nice and contained and frustrated and angry making. So let's just put down the grounding cord. Let it all go. This is this is perfect. Whew. Okay, yeah, take a deep breath, let it go. Whew. Good job. Okay, so now the heart is grounded. Okay, great. And the ovaries are grounded and everything is grounded. Now your we space is ultra grounded. So next, you're going to plant in the rings above your head, the creative rings above the head of the avatar. So sometimes I reverse it and talk about you, but we're just working with the avatar. So in the rings above the avatar, the creative rings, this is where you place your intentions about the kind of relationship you want to have with money. Like a relationship where money works for you, money serves you, money supports you, money feels good and it's fun and it's an adventure and money takes you places and allows you opportunities and put pleasant surprises up there as well, and so that you feel a new loving relationship with money. However, you want your money to be, put it up there. Those are just suggestions. And next, we're going to start bringing pure source down through these creative rings so it can recalibrate your dreams, your desires with this relationship. All right, so coming down through the rings. Okay, so it's stopping right at the crown. Let's use a black flame. There's more Draco energy up here out to that third layer where you don't feel sovereign in this space. You don't feel like you're the boss. And so we want you to feel sovereign. Use that black flame. Oi amaye tiena kupoye amaye ato poinuya. Kiana kaye a kaya mumpoko apa inaye na pokia. Okay. I have to bring in the big guns today. Let's bring pure source down to the crown, the sixth chakra. Gonna let it stir in here and clear all those limiting and lack mindsets. Anything that says, I can't, I don't have enough, I don't have the money. Every time you say that, you just reinforce the story. So eliminate all of that kind of vocabulary. You could be saying it's not here yet, or it's on its way, or it's just hasn't arrived yet. All right, so you're gonna have to start changing the mindsets, and that's gonna be easier as we clear these energies. Okay, good. So pure source is coming down through that sixth chakra, down through the throat. And so it's stopping right at the throat. Let's use pure source to clear uh, in the throat where it's hard to have conversations about this friend here and um, the forbidden subject. So, out to the third layer, we're going to use a black flame where there's more of that Draco energy. Okay, great. 765. So, as it's coming down through the throat into the heart, now we're going to let this energy stir in your relationship space here, right in the heart, where there's a lot of judgments here. You just are not happy with with your money, and maybe you want to write a letter to money and apologize and let them know that you want this new relationship and that you're going to let go of all the past judgments and you're going to work together. And when money is not showing up like it's you'd like, that instead of blaming money, you're going to look at yourself and you're not going to blame money. So, because money is just a reflection of you. So, and you're going to go back to this space and clear this space so that you stop blaming money. It's not money's fault. It's actually nobody's fault. It's just it's just the result of your actions and your frequency that you're emitting. So as we're bringing pure source down through the heart, there we go. Solar plexus. Excellent. Down into that second chakra where it's stopping. Let's go out to the third layer. And there's a lot of rage. Okay, so we're letting go of all the old rage from this past relationship so that you can have a new relationship with money. Just let that all go. Use a black flame. That's not all your anger, it's Draco energy. Okay, great. So, as we're bringing pure source down through the second chakra of this we space avatar, spilling down the root, going to take a deep breath, really anchor that energy way up high, connected to pure source, rooted deeply into our earth. Let's bring 50-50 mixture up the front of your we space, coming up through the second and the third. Okay, let it stir in the solar plexus. So you take out the effort. There's going to be more flow in this relationship. And when it starts to get sticky, and you're going to go back to the space and clear it again. And you might just practice clearing it every day. And then when it gets really sticky, then you look at where it's getting stuck. Okay, solar plexus, third layer, third chakra. There, okay, so here's some control beings that are showing up. So these haven't been showing up in a while, but they're here. So they want to control the amount of effort and control your relationship with this money. Use a black flame, and that will clear the control beings, which are used by the Dracos. And there's also a lot of fear in here, not fear entities, but fear from the Dracos. Yes, so use a black flame for that. Fear of not doing enough, fear of never getting ahead. And so some of you are also trying to do things the way you've always done it, and you just want money to magically appear. So that so if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. So maybe you need to do some things that are different. Maybe you need to cut back on spending. Many of you are big spenders. And so only buy if you have the money, if you've saved the money, if you've set aside enough money for that thing. Yes, emergencies come up, et cetera, but many of you are maybe living off of your credit cards and so forth. So maybe you need to cut back and get down to some bare bones so you can start feeling like you're coming from a place of abundance instead of always from coming from behind. Just a suggestion. Okay, so as we're bringing this pure source energy up through the second and the third and the heart, right there at the heart chakra of your we space, clearing out more judgments, the coulda, woulda, shouldas. Yeah, if I hadn't done that, spent that, bought that, et cetera, you wouldn't be where you are. So let's just take a guillotine and just drop all that past away. Just let it all go. Nothing you can do about the past. You can only create any potential changes for the future in this present moment. So we have to get into present time. So we're letting go of all those judgments and we're just starting over. You're just in school, right? This is just all learning. Okay, great. You can emit a new frequency. So as we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the heart, throat, 6 crown rings, through all the layers of your aura, let's pay special attention to the third layer where there's more effort. You're still trying to figure out, how am I going to do this thing? How is it going to work out? How? We're going to change that how question to a new question, which is, how does it get any better than this? And you're going to let the universe show you. You're going to hear and pay attention to the inspirations that come in. You're going to take actions on those inspirations. So too many of you are up in your head trying to figure it all out, and that just puts you in effort and not in flow. Okay, so we want to get you back down into your hearts. Okay, so we're clearing the effort out of your aura. Then we're going to jump out to the 15th layer. Yes. Thank you, Tanya or Danya. So next we're going to go out to the 15th layer. We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to lift this 1% energy, that wet blanket, and we're just going to lift all of that up and out of this 15th layer. Then we're going to jump out to the 50th layer, 50. If you want to use a rainbow flame in this layer, this is the Watchers. We're going to lift them up and out of this we space, this relationship space. Okay, good. And and then last but not least, the 100th layer. If you want to use a black flame, this is where that Draco energy kind of hangs out in your aura. Excellent. Okay. Aura clear. Last but not least, in this we space, relationship space, we want the energy to be flowing from the heart, this self-generated love. So let's go to the heart. We're going to activate this love energy in the heart of your we space with money. And you're going to start bringing this love energy out the right arm as you give out into the world, out into the economy. And then allow the fingers to connect so you can bring that energy through the palms and through all of your fingers as you're allowing yourself to receive. So it stops right there. It stops right at the hand. Use a black flame to transmute the Draco energy sitting right there in your left hand. Now, isn't it interesting how much we cleared your entire field and then we found a ton of new stuff in this we space. So you can do this with an actual person relationship as well. You can do this avatar thing with anything you want to create. But today we're doing it for your relationship with money. It's probably one of the most important avatars, in my opinion. Okay, so we're gently bringing this energy up that left receiving arm, allowing this space to receive. So you receive the money receives you and your support and not your judgments, but your appreciation. When was the last time you sent appreciation and love and thankfulness for the money you do have, for the money that does show up on a regular basis, for the money that did buy you that thing that you just got or that gift you just gave? We have to start having a much different relationship with this money if you want it to serve you. Okay, good. So through the heart, there's the circle, through the throat, through that sixth chakra, through the crown, through all of the rings. There we go. And then we'll do part two. So all of that love in your relationship with money, you're going to bring it out both arms and you're going to send that love out into the world. And then you're going to allow that money to come back to you because it's a reflection of this frequency that you're now emitting. So it comes back and it moves through your toroidal field like that apple that you cut in half, the tube torus. All right. Let's see what we've got, what kind of comments here. So that is the process of running your energy with your money. Does it feel different? I'm curious what you guys are feeling now. Will clearing the money avatar help to manifest larger amounts of money? Potentially, that's the idea. So if you're going to receive what you can allow. So if you can allow yourself to receive larger amounts, your wealth container is large. So these are a lot of the things that we're clearing in this 18-day process. Is we're making sure that our abundance, I call it our PAW, our prosperity, abundance, and wealth, that all of those are at 100%. Your wealth container is how much you can hold. So if you win the lottery tomorrow, but your wealth container is only this big, you're not going to be able to keep it and retain it and maintain it. And you're going to have a bunch of emergencies and tragedies, and it's all going to bleed out the back door if your wealth container is not high enough. So we are just doing one aspect, although a very important aspect of it today for all of you. The Watchers, Draco, and Rainbow Flame, I missed a lot. Yes, there's a lot of new things showing up. So come here regularly and you'll stay caught up. Big difference she's feeling. Excellent. And Lynn, it's still moving through. Whoo, yes. And see, Lynn's even in our 18-day program. And so she's been moving a ton of shit. And so now that like just all that much more. So it's really a super great process that we're really excited about. And Ali, we've been missing you, my dear. Thank you, Kimberly. I'm thinking my relationship with money was poor. I feel much better. Yes, I'm glad you are. Does it help money to flow to me quicker? Yes, so just money is money is just a representation of how your energy is flowing. You can see how much was blocked in this relationship. It didn't even have a grounding cord. The heart was closed. So now that you have, so this is not like a flip a switch thing either, although it could potentially flip a switch for some people, but this is a relationship that's built and created and maintained and supported and nurtured. So as you continue to change your relationship, how you think about money, how you feel about money, how you interact with money, like do you just cram your money in your pocket, or do you take the time to make sure it's all going in the same direction with denominations all in order, and like show some care for money, and then money will care for you, and then yes, it will show up bigger, quicker, faster. And so that also relates to the amount of to the amount of rings you have. The more rings you have, the faster you create, the bigger you create, and the more intensely you create. The good news, bad news about the rings is that it doesn't care what it creates or what it manifests or what it makes bigger. It's going to make bigger what's ever in your energy field. So if you want a better relationship with money, you want it to show up faster, you want it to show up bigger, but you're still angry with it, you're still holding a lot of fear, you're still having resentment, well, that's going to get bigger too. So super important to practice this process of running your energy every day, making sure your relationship with money is clear, and then your life will begin to reflect a whole new outcome because you're emitting a completely new frequency. So hopefully you guys get that now. Okay, good. Um, Barbara's feeling much lighter. Great. We love that. Um, do we have to reintegrate the avatar? I'm not sure what that means. Do we have to reintegrate the avatar? I'm not sure what you mean. This process of creating this avatar is a way of working on your energy field. Like when, as we are working on it, you felt changes in you physically, right? So it's a way of working on you by creating this avatar that's a little bit removed from us. You can do the same thing with other avatars, but so there's really nothing to integrate with the avatar. You were doing the work. You were already integrating it as we were doing it. So hopefully that answers your question. Does it still work even if I don't have an income source? Well, the reason you don't have an income source, you didn't have a grounding cord, your relationship within your heart was like closed, and so this should change all of that. Now, this is not a magic wand, just so you guys know. We didn't wave a magic wand here. We changed the frequency so that now if you're emitting a high vibrational frequency with money, uh, someone is not going to just knock on your door and say, "Oh, I have a job for you." What's going to happen is you're going to start getting some inspirations about maybe places to check a job or resources to look at, or maybe you might bump into somebody who has the kind of job you're looking for. But we can't just sit under our money tree waiting for money to fall on our head, people. We have to take inspired action. So yes, this will work if you don't have an income. Ideally, it will help you to start have an income because you're sending out a new frequency. All right, let's see. 30-minute mini alchemy session. So that's yes, thank you for posting that, Roma. There are so the 30-minute alchemy session I thought was a perfect way for especially people who are struggling in their relationships to go and help them clear all of your past lives so that you don't have to keep dragging that through this lifetime trying to figure this out. I just did a clearing with someone just the other day, and they're finally ending a 5-year relationship and able to move on. The person is moving, they're creating closure. And so we cleared not only all the unresolved past lives with this person, then they understood why it didn't work out and why this person could never let go of the fearful things that kept coming up. Then he understood why this wasn't working. And so now we're looking at new relationships. And as those come in as possibilities, are there any unresolved past lives with them? We clear that so that he doesn't have to use a whole new relationship and wasting time and energy and all of that. You can clear all the unresolved past lives, and then you get a cleaner slate to see if it's even going to work. And it can clear a relationship that you already are in. Maybe you'll see why it's not working. Anyway, that 30-minute alchemy session is a great way to just address something very specific, and it's a very brief call, but it's very powerful. All right, Marlena, that was amazing. I have to say that your energy is so strong. I don't know what you did in Egypt, right? Everything is getting stronger, but I feel and see sparks all over. All right, great. Thanks. It is getting stronger, and I can't wait to see what this trip to Rome and the Vatican will bring as well, because we are going to be doing some more stuff. And when I came back from Egypt, I was in bed for like 5 days, just trying to keep off a fever, and I was burning off tons and tons of shit. And so, really big integration. And this next time, we'll see. I'm preparing ahead of time, doing a lot of energy work and aligning to this mission we're doing, etc. And we'll see. This is how I'm growing. I'm growing as well. So you're so welcome, Lynn. I'll feel so much lighter. Can I give money a chance and find more love there? Absolutely. We want a new loving relationship. We want you to go on a honeymoon. Okay, my solar plexus is so warm. Great. Feeling also in my back. Yes, so we did this. This is kind of interesting. How we cleared this avatar. We weren't really clearing you. We were clearing the avatar, but you felt all of that energy in you because this is a reflection of you. So people, when you're saying, "Oh, I want more money, I want it faster, I want this, I want," well, then this has to change right here. This has to change. And then you will start creating a new outcome in your outer world. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing up here. We will be doing next Friday's inspiration. I'll be doing it from Rome. So we'll see how that works out. And I think we're going to be talking about the dragon energy. So I've connected with some dragons myself. I found one that I thought was a good one, but it wasn't. And so I had to clear that out. And this dragon energy feels like just like next level power. And so I'm excited to introduce this to you. And over this week, I'm sure I'll get more information about that as well. So be sure to show up next week. And I'm sorry you guys missed the 18-day. Think about it for next time. That won't be until March. So, all right, just in time for spring. We have another comment here. Oh, can we do a video for weight loss? Ricky, we did a whole thing on 18 days all about our eating foods that are aligned for us. And so we'll consider something more specific for weight loss. Here's a comment I came across after a long time with your sharing. I just opened a change your money reality. Well, great. Maybe this will fit in with that. It means that my money relationship is getting better. Great. Because you called this in, right? So excited for next week. Me too, because dragons are cool. All right. And they're real. They're real if you're on that frequency. So, anyway, I will wish you all a great weekend and a great week. And thank you for all your well wishes for safe travels. And we will see you in Rome next time. So, sending so much love. And yes, please be sure to share this channel with your friends and family. This is a non monetized channel. If you notice when you listen to the recordings, there's no commercials. I hate commercials. So, please like, share with your friends, and subscribe so you know when we're coming on live. We do this every week, but anyway, I might have a spontaneous thing I might share while I'm in Rome. So anyway, have a great week and sending so much love. Namaste.